This year, I lived by one word. TSIDDAHN. That spells sit down. I'll say this word about 628 times a day. For example, if y'all don't sit down, or perhaps, Kiara, I thought I told you to sit down. Or sometimes, I'm not gonna tell you again, Jennifer, sit down. Anyway, kids, I give up. And there is liquor in this thermos.
Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Run up when you see me, no disguises. Keep that thing with me, cause I don't do surprises. J. Chanel, show and tell, all facts, no lies, streak. Get your life, cause I'm the type to come through with that 9 quick. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life.
Focus there.
Watch them cause they after me like a pot of gold. I'm not for play, ask Keisha if you don't know. I'm a little bit cray. Approach me, you better be right. If you don't come correctly, you can catch these cans tonight. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle's so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life.
Get your life.
Get your life, get your life, get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life.
Get your life, boo.
Already. Good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, right time DJ Music, and welcome to another episode of the Chop Shop. Y'all see what we're talking about today. Since I'm a native South Carolinian, I figured I might as well go ahead and throw my hat in the ring since everybody's talking about Lindsey. No more NDAs. Thank you there, Shar. How you doing? Got a 1 or 2. Appreciate that. How you doing, Shar? Great to see you as always. Hope you're not working too hard. How's everybody doing on this Monday afternoon? It's 450 here in the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. And there's an old song to remind me back from the Wizard of Oz. Hi ho, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. Hi ho, the witch is. I'm sorry, Lindsey. I'm not the only one that feels that way about you, sir. If you walk around the streets of and walk up to any person in South Carolina right now, except for your friends, ask them what they feel about Lindsey Graham. They'll pretty much say the same thing I say. You know, he gone. Good riddance to bad rubbish is what a lot of folks are saying. And it's not just me saying it. I brought some friends along to accentuate, big word, accentuate my point of no one really cared about Lindsey Graham. He spent his life, if you ask me, he spent his life in the shadows being something that he wasn't. Yeah, we all know Lindsey Graham as a warmonger, but Lindsey Graham was living a double life. He most certainly was. It was whispers all through the alleys. What's up there, Logical? How you doing, good man? What's up there, Rodney? Rod, how you doing? Good to see you, folks. Political sequels. No, I don't know who this Christopher Hitchens is there, political, but not too many people that's really have any good things to say about Lindsey Graham, especially for us here in South Carolina. You know, I know South Carolina is one of them states everybody looks like down in the country. We don't know what's going on, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Lindsey Graham, to the majority of us here in South Carolina, we saw him as somebody who really didn't give a damn about us. And education, we're like 41st, 42nd when it comes to education. When it comes to medium income, the average medium income of a family here in South Carolina is anywhere from 42 to, I think the high is 69. But when it comes to crime, we're at the top. We're in the top 10 when it comes to crime in the United States of America. South Carolina. But in contrast, here we had one of the most powerful senators in the White House. In the White House. Had the ear of the president in a state that was a red state. But we're still at the bottom in everything that counts. Lindsey Graham was in the House and in the Senate for a number of years. And what has he done to uprise and uplift his constituents of South Carolina? You ask the average South Carolinian, they'll probably tell you nothing. Nothing. He just picked up where Strom Thurmond left off at. And for those of you who lived in South Carolina, you know Strom Thurmond, we're still living under his thumb, and he's been dead for a while. Not only that now, folks, Donald Trump and all of his infamous orange glory wants to decide to not to put in a seasoned politician in Lindsey Graham's vacated seat. He wants to put Lindsey Graham's sister, not even a politician, to run the country, to help run the country. Let's think about that for a minute. Donald Trump, and you can go look this up for yourself, and I'll show it to you a little bit later on. But Donald Trump wants us as South Carolina to be legislated by someone who was never spent a day in Congress. Said it'll be good. Said it'll be a good way to honor his memory. Fuck his memory. What's up there, cowboy? Of course he was a Trump brown noser. I'm going to say brown noser. I say he was so far up Trump's ass, he could tell what Trump had for breakfast 3 days ago. Look here, Papa Bear, you're back again. You're here again, Papa Bear. Somehow I knew I'd see you again. No, sir. See, this is the problem when folks like you come in, Papa Bear. This is not a complaint, man. This is pointing out something that shouldn't be done. I don't know what state you live in, but how would you like the non-elected official to tell you how to live your life, to put taxes on you? Donald Trump was elected, sir. According to you and your folks, he was elected by the majority of people in the United States. You're talking about putting an unelected official in the place of one of the most highest people in the Senate. What's wrong with you, man? Now, Papa Bear, I want you to go sit in the corner and sit down somewhere, bro. What's up there, Swim? How you doing? Who else is in here? Tim, Blue, how you doing? Well, here we go again, Tim. See, this is the problem. You rednecks that come in here, you brass ankles that come in here, you come in there always hollering about what black man ain't got nothing to do. Why are you here? Why are you here? Matter of fact, let me help y'all out. Hold on just a second. Let me give both of y'all double shots so I can continue on my show. I don't have to deal with you trolls today, okay? I don't have time for this today, so I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all out of here early. If anybody down there in my moderators, if you guys got the power to kick Papa Bear and Tim out, please do so. But in the meantime, let me play this for y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody trying to talk to me while I'm working? Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on. I tell this sumbitch to walk the fuck out right now, or we done for the day. Go on. I'm sorry. Somebody trying to talk to me while I'm working? Go.
And like I was saying before, we were rudely interrupted by two trolls. You know, Lindsey Graham, for whether you like him or dislike him, I live in South Carolina, so I think I have a right to speak on this. Again, why would you want an unelected bureaucrat to help run your state? Someone that's never been in politics. She is supposed to be out helping the poor and the home and the needy. Stick with that. Do what you do. Do what you do best. But anyway, since people want to come in here and say, I'm the one complaining about Lindsey Graham's passing, let's go ahead and start right here. Let's talk about Lindsey Graham first. Let's give a little background on Lindsey Graham. Since you guys don't want to believe me, or do you think that I'm up here just poking the dead bear, so to speak? Let me see. Let me move this off the screen here, right here. Keep an eye on them trolls, because I know they're coming in here. I'm talking about one of their daddies. So I know they'll be in here. I know they'll be coming in soon. It's like roaches. Click the light on. They'll all scatter. Now, let me move this off the screen so we can all see what we're doing here. Where we at? Where we at? There we go. Get Tim off the screen there. Y'all see what he put on there. But anyway, let's start here.
In history, South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham dead tonight at 71 years old, passing away suddenly after suffering chest pains in his Capitol Hill home last night.
EMS 6 response to Angel 7 Medic 7 with cardiac arrest.
Now, let's start right there. First of all, we all know for a fact that Lindsey Graham had no children and had no wife. Who made that call? If you're in cardiac arrest, you can't pick up no phone. Not unless he had one of those light buttons. But then that was obviously whoever the 911 operator was, she was talking to someone. So who was calling from Lindsey Graham's house at that time of night?
Emergency personnel responding just before 9 p.m. to calls of cardiac arrest. New preliminary findings from the D.C. medical examiner shared by the senator's office say the main artery in his body tore, a sign of heart disease. His family is asking for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. FBI Director Kash Patel said his agency is assisting authorities in investigating Graham's shocking death.
Now, my question to you is, if it was a natural death, if it was a death that didn't have any, what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't have any something behind it, any crime or anything behind it, why does the FBI need to be investigating it? Anybody? Anybody can answer that question? Why would they, and wouldn't that be a job for the autopsy folks to do? To determine the cause of death, to determine that whether there was or wasn't any foul play. Keep that. Y'all go ahead and bookmark that, okay? Well, listen, I'm not saying it's impossible there, Hank. I'm not saying it's impossible, but can you really talk when you're having a heart attack? I don't know. I've never had one. I don't know, sir. So I'm only going by what common logic would tell me is that if I'm having a heart attack, I don't think I could speak, and I don't think I'll be able to reach for something. Now, what's this? Stop voting Democrat? I'm gonna leave that right there for a minute. Okay, stop. You can go ahead and put that in your rotary file there for a minute. We'll get back to that. Okay.
President Trump sharing his final conversation with Graham on Meet the Press this morning.
What makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime at, the early evening. He sounded a little tired, but perfect. But thought maybe we might even meet today. And then that was it.
Graham, a former military lawyer and lifelong foreign policy hawk, had just returned from Ukraine, where on his 71st birthday he spent time with President Zelensky in what would be his final public appearance. The four-term senator, who worked just as well across the aisle as he did with his own side, announcing in Kyiv the White House finally signed off on a bipartisan bill that would make it more difficult for Russian President Putin to fund his war.
I've never been more optimistic than I am today that we have the formula to end this war.
Graham built lasting friendships with lawmakers, presidents, and world leaders from all backgrounds.
I think America has lost a great patriot.
But no relationship as enduring as his bond with the late Senator John McCain, who he traveled the world with and frequently defended.
John McCain was willing to die for this country, and he can vote any way he wants to.
Trump today referring to Graham as family, but the 2016 presidential campaign rivals haven't always seen eye to eye.
And as to Donald Trump, he would be a terrible commander-in-chief.
Why don't y'all jump on Lindsey Graham about that? For all you Trump supporters, how do y'all flip-flop like that? How do you go from Lindsey Graham saying at one time or the other that Donald Trump would be a terrible commander-in-chief to Lindsey Graham saying Donald Trump is the greatest thing since sliced bread? Can y'all reconcile that? You can't say I said that. You just heard it out that man's mouth. In
2021, Graham slammed Trump hours after the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Count me out. Enough is enough. I've tried to be helpful.
Now it's hard to find.
Count me out. Enough is enough. I've tried to be helpful. Yes, of course I've changed my mind from time to time there. Stop voting Democrat. Of course I've changed my mind from time to time. But there's some things you don't change your mind on. Some things you don't back up from. Some things you stand firm to. Some things you hold your ground to, sir. If he was such the patriot that he was, he would have stuck with that statement he just said. I'm done. I'm through. I'm done with you, Trump. I tried to help. Absolutely logical. Absolutely. I'm just going to get to that. You're absolutely right.
Find a Republican lawmaker with more influence over Trump than Graham.
The friendship grew. It just grew. And he was an amazing advocate.
Hallie, the senator's cause of death is pending. The D.C. medical examiner says Graham, whose father died from heart disease, had chronic plaque buildup in his arteries, making them prone to tearing. But his manner of death, Hallie, will not be known until the toxicology report comes back, something the FBI could help process. Agents were actually at his home today. Hallie?
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch.
Yeah, the FBI is going to have to check that out, folks. That's what they said. We're going to have to see what happened to old Lindsey. We're going to have to make sure that there was no foul play involved in that. Because, the rumor mill is all over the place now that possibly his trip from Ukraine to Ukraine and from Ukraine had something to do with his untimely demise. I'm not saying that. That's the word that's being spread around. That's just not me saying it. As a matter of fact, I didn't say it. Well, Mike Hunt, listen, I'm not here. What's up there, Sid? How you doing, good brother? Listen there, Mike Hunt, I'm not here to tell you how to vote, and I really don't care how you vote. This is not about who votes and who doesn't. This is about Lindsey Graham right now. So show the man some respect while I'm talking about him, Mike. Okay? I'm just kidding. If it's listen, however you want to vote, Mike, that's on you. Me, I'm not a straight ticket voting kind of guy. That's up to you. But we can discuss that on another day. If you want to come up and discuss your voting plans and who you plan to vote for, let me know. Drop me a line or two. You got my email. You can find it. Let me know, Mike. Anyway, let's move on to our next little thing here. Here's what, now some people want to come up here and quickly get upset with me for talking bad about Lindsey Graham. Are you going to get mad at everybody that comes up here saying Lindsey Graham wasn't a good guy? Are you going to go to all these streams on TikTok and YouTube and all these other places and call out all these people for saying bad things? All these people that say you shouldn't speak ill of the dead, even though your fearless leader did?
There is a God. There is a God. But as everybody speculates about his passing, I want to remind folks who Lindsey Graham was.
When you look at the last few years since October 7th, many people in this part of the world say what happened in Gaza does not align with Christian values. Killing children, killing mothers,
I'll be honest
killing
with
families.
you.
We're not militants.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all.
Why?
Because what did we do in World War II? Did we think 1 minute about starving the Germans? Did we bomb every city into smithereens? So this is a war. No,
October 7th to World War II.
Yes.
I want y'all to pay attention to her face. Look at how her face is cringing as Lindsey Graham speaks of this obliterating and annihilating anything. Talking about wiping people off, whole families, whole civilizations off the map. He's been talking like this for the last 30 years.
I am. This is an absolute existential threat to the Jewish people. What happened on October the 7th was 1,200 people were slaughtered, raped, and murdered and filmed by radical Islamists who would kill every Jew if they could, to the world. If you don't understand this is a threat to Israel's
And then they
survival,
flattened Gaza.
just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way. Without military victory, there is no hope of breaking radicalism. We flattened Germany. We flattened Japan.
How many Americans
Wait a
believe
minute.
this?
Out of that,
How many Americans think the way that you do?
I think most Republicans think the way I do.
Even young ones.
You're just out of touch if you don't understand Republicans.
How many Americans think that way? He said all Republicans think like that. He think all Republicans think that way. How many are Republicans actually think that way? Mike, you say you vote Republican. You think that way? You think that an entire civilization should be wiped off the map just because we as American citizens don't believe that they're living right? What about if someone came over here and did that to us as a country? Said, we don't like the way y'all treating your citizens, so we should go over there and dethrone you. Of course, Richard. You're one of those folks that I'm talking to then. You're one of those folks that I'm talking to, Richard. I hope you probably don't have family. You probably don't have children. You probably never spent a day in the military. You probably have no one that you're going to send off to war. Probably no one. What's up there, No Pots? Ding dong, the witch is dead. No, I don't have a clue. I'm just going to go by what you're saying. So I'm just going to take for granted that you have no one. That's why you're here, because you don't have no one to talk to right now. So you decided, you saw a stream talking about your dearly departed Lindsey Graham. So let me go over there and cause some chaos. Richard, like I told everybody else, and I'm going to tell you, I do not have time for trolls today, sir. So you're welcome to sit here. But if you keep acting up, I'm going to put you out. Okay? Now, you're welcome to sit here and listen. And you're welcome to comment. But if you're disrespectful in your comments, out the door you go. And that goes for anyone else.
Look at the shock on the interviewer's face. She's appalled. And that wasn't a one-time occurrence. That man has talked flippantly about unliking
I feel good
people.
about the Republican Party.
This is just what he does.
I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
There will be midterms. And I want people to remember.
We're killing all the right people. Bye. Bye, Richard. Nobody asked you to come here. Bye. No, what it is, you don't like the truth, Richard. That's why you're leaving. Because you don't have control here. You can't control the narrative here. The truth is in front of you. This is not me speaking. This is other people. They're lying too. They're out of touch too. Somebody just came in I never met in my life. No Pots. Have you ever seen or heard me before today? But he came in there saying, ding dong, the witch is dead. I've never seen him before in my life. Bye. Bye, Richard. Why are you still here? You want to type something else? Or let me go back to my stream. Which one? You want to type something else, Richard?
Remember what he said when the midterms come around.
How many Americans think the way that you do?
I think most Republicans think the way I do.
South Carolina, do you want another person like this?
Nope.
Representing you? Do you
Nope.
want another person who's going to put a whole other country first? I
Nope.
hope the answer to that question is no, but I guess we'll find out in November. Shout out.
I can answer that for you. No, that's why I'm here. I hope I hope as many people from South Carolina are listening to me as possibly can right now. We cannot afford another Lindsey Graham. We cannot afford another person like Lindsey Graham. No, we cannot. He put other countries ahead of his own state. And that's just by the words that he's saying. So no, we don't want you. We don't want Lindsey Graham, and we don't want someone like Lindsey Graham, much less his sister.
To the Grim Reaper. You did your big one.
Well, y'all can read, right? MAGA Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has passed away at the age of 71 suddenly. Yes, this is a smile on my face. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I mean, God, we was talking about Mitch and Wiggs, but you know what? A win is a win. And of course, Wiggs R Us has put out a statement. He said, Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the greatest people and senators I have ever known, is unalived. He was always working, and he was always true to American patriots. I'm gonna skip over that. He was true to Israel. He said Lindsey will be greatly missed. Details and arrangements to follow. Lindsey Graham served 23 years in his seat as a Republican in North Carolina, okay? He's done some damage to this country. He's worked very hard to make sure that the Republican establishment in the South stayed exactly what it was. And he also fought very hard for Israel. Really hard for Israel. My final words for Lindsey Graham is elevator going down. I mean, we're just waiting on 2 more, maybe 3.
Oh my God.
Listen, again, I don't know these folks, but this is the general consensus when you scan in the YouTube streets or when you scan into TikTok or Instagram or X. This is what you find. What's up there, Big J? This is what you find. Folks talking about Lindsey Graham in this manner. Oh, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
It's such a beautiful morning. Who's calling me this early? Hello? Child, don't answer the phone like you don't know what's going on. You said you was going home after the club last night. Where'd you go? What you talking about? I came home. So you gonna say you didn't have nothing to do with what happened to Lindsey Graham? Wait, I said what? You don't know how to handle your liquor. What are you talking about? Child, you went to Lindsey Graham's house. No, I didn't. You don't remember that. No, I didn't. I told you about them drinks at Bulldogs. I only had 2 drinks. You did not need a second cup, girl. Hang on, let me check the updates real quick. Oh my God. Girl.
And what's so funny about this kid? This is Lindsey Graham spent his every waking moment dogging the alphabet community, LGBTQ community. Say he didn't. So this is what this skit is about. The Grim Reaper is supposed to be gay, and he went to collect old Lindsey. Didn't even know it. He was drunk out his ass.
Oh, girl, that's the last time I drink vodka with you. I bet you they all over you, just getting tons of compliments and everything, aren't you, today? Now, you know what? I'm not even gonna check my social media because they all gonna be complaining. Oh, you went and got the wrong one. You went and got the wrong one. You're supposed to go to the Pennsylvania Avenue address. Okay. Well, I mean, we're humans. Like, it's America.
He said, you got the wrong one. Did y'all catch that? You were supposed to go to Pennsylvania Avenue, but you missed. It's funny. It's not funny to you Trump supporters. It was funny when he talked about what's the guy's name? Robert Mueller passing away, huh? It was funny when he would talk about the actor that passed away, Rob Reiner, and his wife. It was funny to y'all then. But we're not supposed to be able to make fun of Lindsey Graham because he was such a great patriot. Robert Mueller wants it.
Like, you know, they can never be happy. This is what they do. They'll never be satisfied, like, about anything. You know that they optionally chose not to get free healthcare. Crazy. See, this is why I don't be going out with you. You be going to them places. Well, how about we meet up for brunch, and like have some fun? Like, why not? Mimosas, I think that would be delicious, and let's just talk it out. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get ready. I'll come to brunch, like 30 minutes, and we'll talk about it. Turn
Okay.
off your social media because you know they're gonna be tagging you like crazy today.
Okay, let's stop right here and let's direct this to us. What's up there, Lloyd Davis? How you doing? Thumbs down to the orange clown. Okay, all right. Now, how about this one right here? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Request, Louise. Rob Ryan was evil. You mean Rob Reiner? Rob Reiner was evil? In what way? Because he spoke out loud about Trump? That's what you call evil? Speak up.
Okay, so just turn off, come to brunch. I'll see you in a little bit. Kisses. Bye.
Good morning, mothers. Let me be the first to tell you. Lindsey Graham is gone, y'all. I'm filming this at like 1:20 in the morning, but his Twitter just released a statement saying, on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. So, yeah, if and you would, why don't you go ahead and join me for a celebratory garden salad stick? We smoking that Lindsey.
A celebratory garden salad stick. Roll them up if you got them. The smoking lamp is lit, is what I'm saying. Celebrating the death of Lindsey Graham. I didn't say that. That's somebody that looked like one of y'all. No disrespect. But this is one of my palm-colored brothers that don't like Lindsey Graham. Just a good old boy. Don't he look like somebody that came from the Dukes of Hazzard? No disrespect.
The Graham pack tonight or morning, whenever you seeing this shit. Start your day, end it. I don't give a fuck. You gonna do it with a smile. At least I am. I know some of y'all that seeing this are probably gonna be pretty pissed at me, but you know what I don't give a fuck. And you know what Lindsey Graham ain't gonna do? Wake up tomorrow to care about it.
No, he sure
And they
ain't.
say nothing good happens after midnight. I beg to differ. Getting this news was great. Anyways, y'all have you a wonderful evening, morning, whatever the fuck. Just do me one favor. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth and remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law. Love y'all. See you down the line.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's on a Sunday, and Americans are generally happy. They're racing with Trump to initiate the Iran-US war. And you know the impact of the Iran-US, of how people...
You know, it really is sad what happened to It is weird. You know, I grew up with Lindsey Graham. He's been in the Senate like my whole damn life. So I guess the governor of South Carolina will pick a replacement for him before they have an election to fill his seat. It'll probably be another Republican. And you know, it really is sad what happened to Lindsey Graham. Not that I ever really have much respect for him, but he used to be pretty outspoken about Trump. And he used to be best friends with John McCain. And he just completely abandoned John McCain to just bend the knee and be a sycophant for Trump. So I guess we'll find out more in the coming days, but this is interesting news to hear in the middle of the night on a Saturday. So, all right, that's the news. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
So I'm going for a twofer this week. Senator Lindsey Graham passed early this morning, and I was wondering if anybody is with me. Can we do a twofer? Because we haven't seen this grand wizard, this senator, and
Now, let's stop right there for a minute. Let's talk about Mitch McConnell. I'll do another stream on him a little bit later on. But let's talk about Mitch McConnell just for a minute. Did y'all see that proof of life picture that he sent? Now, I'll ask all of us that's been in the hospital before, that's been in the hospital for any length of a stay. When's the last time you woke up and put on a dress shirt? Hey there, One Spear. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome in. When's the last time you took a picture in a dress shirt on a hospital bed? Huh? When? Now, it would have been more believable to me if they would have took a picture of Mitch McConnell in a hospital gown or maybe a T-shirt or something, but you put him in a shirt that we could have easily gone back and seen that this was a shirt that he wore not too long before he took ill. Not too long before the man took ill. It's hard to disguise a checkerboard striped shirt, red and white. Now, I'll ask this question in all fairness. Let's say that the turtle is still alive. Wouldn't it have been easier for them to take someone that was trusted, maybe from one of these news agencies, CNN, all these Fox or whatever, go in, take one picture, and say, yeah, I saw him. Yeah, he's alive. Unlike you had this guy over there, Scott, whatever his name is, on CNN, talking about, yeah, I talked to him for about 15 minutes. I talked to him for about 17 minutes. Come on, man. And then CNN backs away from it. Hey, look here, look here. He said it, but that don't mean we with that. He said that, okay? Because there's going to be some repercussions behind that, Scott. If it comes to the day that we find out that the turtle man was dead, and you said that you spoke to him, that's a lie. Right. That's a good one right there, One Sphere. With all the different what's that, FaceTime and all these different things that you can literally call somebody and see them. Why wouldn't Scott Jennings have done that? Why wouldn't he have taken a picture and say, hey, look, here's Mitch right here? You're absolutely right. Why wouldn't he have put Mitch McConnell? That would have solved everything. There would have been no more speculation. Okay, the man is ill, but there's two problems with that. If they would have showed a picture of him, they would have showed that he possibly was incapacitated and could not continue in the capacity as a United States Senator. He may not be dead, but those aren't the rules. You don't lose your seat just because you die. If you're not able to fulfill your job, your duties as a House of Representative or a senator, you got to go. Again, for years now, I've been pointing this out to folks. So look how old the Senate is. Look how old the House of Representatives is. What do y'all think? People live forever? Let's let my man say got a 2-for-1 here. Let him talk right here.
Weeks. Yeah, we haven't seen Mitch McConnell in weeks. But question, do you all remember when Scott Jennings, the Klansman on CNN, took to the air and said the following on Thursday about his conversation with Mitch McConnell? Yeah, let's take a listen.
Called me this morning before I did my radio show. We talked for about 17 minutes. He talked a lot about the situation with Iran, talked a little bit about Ukraine and what's going on in Europe. I told him I'd been Roosevelt Lottery. We talked a little bit about the history.
Now, my first question would have been, why would a country at war, with one of the most powerful senators in the world, be speaking to a third-rate newsman? Why would he make that call to you, Scott Jennings? You're lucky I'm not on these panels on CNN, because that would have been my first question. Well, what made him decide to call you? Why did he decide to call you and talk to you for 17 minutes about American affairs? Who are you?
The vice presidency and how Roosevelt had transformed that in the modern presidency, a little history of the Senate. I mean, it was a wide-ranging conversation. I talked to him often. I hadn't talked to him since he'd been in. I'd gotten a few text messages from him, but I hadn't spoken to him. So it was good to hear his voice. Voice sounded strong and sounded like he was keeping up with the news to me.
Did you ask him how he was feeling?
Yeah, he said he was feeling okay. Obviously well enough to call me on the phone, and obviously well enough to talk to Barrasso and Thune. Now, look, I'm not qualified to discuss any medical issues or give you any information about that. That's really for him or his staff.
All right, that one, Spear. Thank you for dropping in. Hey, listen, if you have a channel, anyone that's here that has a YouTube channel, please. I can't give you a wrench right now because I'm actually physically not on YouTube. But once Spear, if you'll drop your link, if you can, I'll make sure that we'll pump it up there, and I'll definitely come on over. I know I follow you, so I'll come over and check out your channel over there. So thank you very much. Be safe and be prosperous out there today.
To do, but I talk to him from time to time, and I see him from time to time, and we had a conversation today about the things that we normally talk about, which are news of the day, political stuff.
Did you come away feeling like he's still capable of serving the people of Kentucky as senator?
I came away feeling that he was staying on top of the news. Again, look, his condition.
Listen, turning your TV on in your hospital bed and watching it till you fall asleep is not staying on top of the news, sir. No, it ain't. The TV end up watching you. The TV usually ends up watching you. Unfortunately for me, I had a little stint up. I had to stay in the hospital. I had to have some surgery on my back. In 2022, I do believe it was. I forgot. 2021, 2022. And I know the last thing I was worried about what was going on in the damn world. And you're absolutely right there, said. Everybody who talked to the man tried to say that they talked to him at least 15 to 20 minutes. Everyone that said that, everyone that's so-called had contact with Mitch McConnell, it's one of those things. Read this. This is the script that we're going to send you. And read this anytime anybody asks you about this guy. And if this is the case, going back to Mitch McConnell, if he was so able to run the country or do his job, why do we see aides going back and forth to his house? To do what? And if anybody wanted to confirm Mitch McConnell's health, why would we not talk to the one person that would be the closest to him? His wife. What's keeping her out the news, folks? Wasn't she in politics at one time or the other? So what's keeping her out the news? And let me shout out my man down there in the listening lounge. DJ Dreadhead said, y'all see him down there at St. Louis. A little bit later on this evening, folks, if you're into some great music, drop on over to Classic R&B Jams Radio. Said, what time you on tonight? Drop it in. If you want to come up and join me, my man, just let me know, and I'll drop the link for you.
And why he's in the hospital or when he might come out, or look, that's.
Do you know why, and are just saying it's not at liberty to share?
I do not know why. I only know, frankly, what has been reported or what his office has said.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it sure was. Because
specific 17.
Right. Because you said you had a 17-minute conversation with him, right? But at the end of it, you're like, you're not aware of what's really going on. You can only go through his office, but you just talked to the man. But he wouldn't tell you. Now, again, let's like my man here. Let's use logical assessment here. Said, you sick. I call you up. What is the first thing that's probably going to come out of my mouth, said? Man, how you doing? How you feeling? When do you think you're going to get out the hospital? What they say is wrong with you? I mean, that usually the questions you ask a friend. Oh, man, is everything all right? Is there something I can bring you? Ain't those the questions you normally ask a friend that's incapacitated, sick, home, shut in, or in a hospital? Man, what they say is wrong with you.
Minute conversation, Scott? Really? Well, it seems like CNN wants to distance themselves from what Scott Jennings said, and they released the following statement.
Hold on just a second. Before we get to that statement, again, there, Zahara, how you doing? And listen, she says, an aorta dissection occurs when your aorta tears and you're literally drowning your own blood. Wow. You're talking about a horrible way to go. So let me ask you, Zahara. So that in that position, if that was happening to him, since you brought it to my attention, would he be able to call for help? I'm not sure. I don't know what this particular aorta dissection is, but that's what they're trying to say that he died from. Someone says that if he was having a heart attack, he'd be able to call. But it seems to me he wasn't having a heart attack. He was he was bleeding out. Let me grab this link for you that said right quick, look. All righty. Let's continue here.
As a CNN political commentator, Scott Jennings is not a full-time employee or journalist for the network. His account of a personal conversation with Senator McConnell reflects his experiences and is not CNN reporting. In other words, he lying, and we don't want to be associated with his.
It's called plausible denial. He lying. That's a lie he told them. We don't want no parts of that. So let's go ahead and put this statement out right now. That what Scott Jennings is saying do not reflect CNN.
Lies. There is a possibility that Scott Jennings did have a 17-minute conversation with Mitch McConnell. And I'm just going to leave this right here. I'm just going to leave this
right here. What, a Ouija board?
I'm just saying, can we get a twofer this week? Can we get a twofer? Let's take odds in the comment section. Let's get it.
Whenever a leader dies in this country, I think about the conversation me and my therapist had right after the.
Now, this particular one right here, this is the one that caught my attention. I don't know how I skipped over all of this, but for somehow, when I got there, this is what I saw first. So I want y'all to pay attention to this, what this young lady's saying right here. I think this is pretty important. Here we go.
United Healthcare CEO was shot and murdered on the street in Manhattan. She said, Amy, maybe the lesson is you should try to live your life in a way that doesn't result in hundreds of millions of people cheering when you die. There are going to be a lot of people in this country who are angry about how groups of people are responding to Lindsey Graham's death. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to take the middle road and say, oh, we shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But when we say we shouldn't speak ill of the dead, we lean into whitewashing history. And whitewashing history is how we got to where we are today. And Lindsey Graham was a big part of it, right?
Absolutely. And this big business of whitewashing what was someone said because you don't speak ill of the dead. So my question to all folks that say you shouldn't speak ill of the dead, if Lindsey Graham was still alive, would he still be doing the same things that he's doing? And I'll bring this back down to the YouTube streets. Everyone, when Kevin Samuels passed on, everyone was saying, oh, you shouldn't talk bad about Kevin Samuels. Would Kevin Samuels be doing the same thing if he was still alive? Of course he would. Sinful to Pete, would he still be doing the same thing? If Roger Allen Curry, would he still be doing the same thing? Would these folks be still disparaging you, women, or anybody else if they were still alive? Would Lindsey Graham still be talking about blowing and obliterating countries and wiping folks off the map if he was still alive? Yes, he would. Matter of fact, isn't that what Donald Trump said? That we was going to have a meeting about the Save America Act. And we know what that's going to do to the American economy. He over there worrying about what the Ukraine's going to do when we're down here in South Carolina and swimming at the bottom of shit. Only place we're at the top, but we're in the top 10 of crime. So miss me with that speaking ill of the dead, because if he was still alive, would he be speaking ill of you? Of course he would.
He was a never Trumper, and then he flip-flopped. So he did damage to the American people, to the people of South Carolina, to multiple different communities in an effort to uphold his own power, prestige, and his position he had been in since 2003, I think. So when we talk about honest history and we talk about moving forward as a country, part of this is recognizing the damage that people have done. Part of this is scrapping the we don't speak ill of the dead thought process, because that is a direct descendant of the white supremacist structure that we live under, of keeping people comfortable, We actually only need to talk about his 20-some years of service. No, we don't. We need to be honest about the damage he did to the people of South Carolina, to the LGBTQ plus community, even though he was a member of it. This is not a place for you to grandstand on homophobia. This is a place to recognize the fact that he leveraged his position to get what he wanted while voting against members of the community he was a fucking part of, right? We can recognize the damage he did to the American people as well, because he did do damage. And the only way we move forward.
Let's see. Chris McRae, you came in and you said, bull. What do you mean, bull? What's that? Lindsey Graham was not a part of the alphabet community, undercover. He just didn't come out the closet. That's what you're saying, bull, for? This lady just made that up. Hang around there a little bit, Chris McRae. I'm going to show you something right after we're done with this that maybe you won't say that again. Hang around there, Chris, okay?
As a country, and we do not loop back to exactly where we are today, is by being honest. We will never be able to hold him accountable for what he did in this lifetime, but we can hold him accountable in his own legacy. And this is a conversation we're going to be having about people death after death after death, because we know our average age in government is elderly, right? This is also a conversation around the founding fathers, but you guys aren't prepped and ready to hear that, are you?
No, we gotta leave that
Good
one alone.
morning. Forgive the big smile on my face. I just found out that Lindsey Graham died. So if you don't know who Lindsey Graham is, he's this evil little gay Republican who is a senator from South Carolina, and he never would address that he was gay.
Well, no disrespect to this man on the screen here, but he seems to be a member of the alphabet community there, Chris. And he's saying that Lindsey Graham was part of it. You gonna argue with him too, Chris? Mr. McRae? Oh, Chris.
Publicly, but we all have stories.
They all have stories. Hang around there, Chris. I got some more stories from you that will confirm that, yes, your dearly departed leader was a part of the alphabet community, but he wasn't proud of what he was doing. He was in the shadows. Hang around, Chris.
I am so happy to hear this news because, yes, he's a very evil person. I won't break out the big bottle of champagne I have sitting in the back of my fridge. That's for someone special.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, the cogs just turn in our favor sometimes, and that's so exciting. What else? Oh my God. Mitch McConnell, he's on his way out. I think he's gone already. Like, they might be keep him hooked up to them goddamn tubes, but
damn,
he on his way out.
Damn.
We're close to the big one, y'all.
Damn.
I'm gonna pop that bottle so hard. Please, the big one happens. Do not be shy. Y'all see me doing cartwheels in the middle of the street, booty butt naked. I'm excited. You know that scene from The Wiz with the song, Can You Feel a
Come on now,
Brand
dog.
New Day?
Come on, man.
Brunch on me. Fuck it. Who's in Brooklyn?
The death of Senator Lindsey Graham is being heavily celebrated around the world. And it's being celebrated mostly in his home country, United States of America. And also, if you want to zero in some more, Lindsey Graham's death is now being celebrated in his home state, South Carolina, of which he was a U.S. Senator.
See, I told you, folks from across the pond know that here in South Carolina, I'm a native South Carolinian. So I know what he's speaking is correct. No one here in South Carolina, except for those hard-nosed MAGA folks, liked Lindsey Graham. That was before he was a never Trumper and after he was a never Trumper. Main reason because he never had the best interest of South Carolinians in his possession. He never did.
For over 20 years, right? So the death of Lindsey Graham occurred July 11, 2026, 2 days after his birthday. Because apparently Lindsey Graham was born on July 9th, right? Many online users are citing The reason for their celebration is Lindsey Graham's has had racial biases in the past that affected them in some type of way or the other. Other reasons include Lindsey Graham's pro-war stand, okay, in regards to you.
Well, I beg to differ with you, Morpheus. One, I don't think Lindsey Graham was a good guy at all. At all, sir. At all. And I'm from South Carolina, so you can't convince me of that. I don't care who he was talking about. I don't care what side of the fence he was on. He was not a good senator for South Carolina at all. At all. Welcome to the stage there, Dreadhead said. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You want to add something before we continue?
Yeah, I was having a little trouble getting on. My mic wasn't working, but I got it fixed. But I was still listening.
All right.
And,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You know what? It was always something in the rumor mill that that Lindsey Graham was a switch hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pitching and catching.
And sometimes if you looked at how he talked, you can kind of see it. Like
go ahead, man.
I mean, you could kind of see it in like the way he talked, the way he expressed himself. I mean, he just had the fruity aura about him, man.
Yeah, he switched on to the next room sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's up there, El Boogie? How you doing? How you doing? We're discussing the untimely passing of Lindsey Graham.
Was it untimely?
Some folks say with perfect timing.
I think it was perfect timing, like, to be honest with you.
Some folks say what took so long. I don't know. It depends on how you're looking at it, Sid.
I'm looking at it like it was good timing. I've been singing "Good Times," the song "Good Times" in my head since this happened.
Let me read this here. He says, from Morpheus one, he says, well, whether Lindsey was a good senator may be another matter, but politically it was more cut and dry until it was revealed that he was spineless. Well, let me ask you something, Morpheus one. When do you think Lindsey Graham became spineless? Because earlier I tried to point that out because he was one of those starch never Trumpers. So when did you think Lindsey Graham lost his spine? Are we going to get to that too, logical assessment? We definitely are. That's his great state. That's Lindsey Graham was instrumental in what's going on right now with the Supreme Court. Yes, he was. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Let's continue on a little bit more with this.
U.S. wars that he has supported over the years, and in most recently, Iran war, where Lindsey Graham stood and he supported Israel. Lindsey Graham said that he will be with Israel until the day he dies.
Well,
recently, he said that.
Well, he ain't with Israel no more, is he? He's gone. Lindsey's gone, y'all. No more Israel. No more packing. No more holding up your hand says, I'm standing with Israel. Lindsey's gone. Now, me personally, I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. I don't really get into much of the geopolitics of what's going on between Israel and Iran. I really don't. I don't think I'm knowledgeable enough in that to speak on it. But as a native South Carolinian, seems to me that Lindsey Graham cared about what was going more in the Ukraine, what was going on in Israel, and what was going on in Iran than he was here in his own state. It's a place that he held one of the highest positions for over 23 years. 41-42 in education. We're about 38 when it comes to income. But that most important statistic, we're in the top 10 when it comes to crime. Lindsey Graham could have done something about that. Chose not to.
Before he passed away. Okay? So that's some of what's going on in regards to the death of Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Next video, peace. White supremacy is on life support.
My view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way without.
That's that particular clip right there. We got some more clips. Said, let me ask you, what's your honest assessment of Lindsey Graham?
Well, I had put in a comment that John McCain is probably tearing him a new one right now because John McCain, he knew, you know what I'm saying? And he signed up for none of this because John McCain knew what war was.
Right.
Lindsey,
well,
I think he was in the military, but I don't think he was like on the front lines or nothing.
No, I know. I don't think he was either. I didn't really check on his military record, but one thing I will give credit where credit's due. Again, Lindsey Graham was, if you want to call him a patriot when it comes to the military, I'll give him that much. He was for the troops. He, for sending them to war. He was good for that. Yeah, he was good for that. So let's move on to our next clip here. I don't know if you folks are familiar with Reese Waters or not, but I follow him. I suggest you folks do the same. Get on over and check out some of his content. Yeah, definitely. You've seen him before, haven't you? Said you've checked him out before?
Oh yeah, I watched Reese Waters.
Yeah, he's and not only is he does good reporting, but he's funny as well. And you folks will see exactly what I mean here. Here we go.
Nancy May, sit down.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. Nancy Mace, ain't nobody pull you back in nowhere. Ain't nobody called for you. Ain't nobody called for you but that Mad Dog 2020. That's the only thing that doesn't call for you. Cisco, Thunderbird, and them Goodwill pajamas and that dog. They the only ones that doesn't call. Ain't nobody calling. You hearing things. You need to dry out and it might stop. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
Honey, show them you're okay.
And there goes the problem with AI right there, folks.
I ain't never seen this one.
And there is the problem with AI right there. You can make Mitch McConnell look 21 if you wanted to. Let's finish two-stepping and breakdancing.
See, I told you he was okay.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Now, as I'm sure you've heard, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham has passed away at the age of 71.
Senator Lindsey Graham is dead. He died on Saturday, July 11, 2026, according to statements from his Senate office by major outlets including CNN, the Associated Press, and NBC News. He was 71 years old at the time of his transition. Say that death comes in threes, and I am wondering.
Now, I want y'all to go back and remember, look at that picture of Mitch McConnell in a wheelchair. But the report says that Mitch McConnell fell. How do you fall out of a wheelchair?
Yeah, when you have a heart attack and you kneel over.
Yeah, but how do you fall out of a wheelchair? Now, he could have been trying to get up out the wheelchair, maybe to move over to the sofa or something like that over to the bed, and he could have fell. But let's be honest, how far was he going to fall?
And the other thing is that they said that when they came and got him, that somebody hit his foot and he did not move. He did not flinch.
He was unresponsive. They had to bring him back. Yeah, they was he saw the light. He almost got to the edge of the tunnel. Somebody zapped him with them paddles.
Who's next?
Lindsey Graham was a senior figure in Senate GOP politics, elected to the Senate in 2002 after serving the House for over 2 decades of Senate tenure. In recent years, he was widely known as a close ally of President Donald Trump, having shifted from an early Trump skeptic to a strong supporter, particularly on judicial appointments and national security. Please note that Lindsey Graham recently visited Ukraine, meeting with President Zelensky in Kyiv to discuss air defense needs and progress on a Russia sanctions bill in the U.S. Congress. Zelensky's office noted that Graham's 10th visit to Ukraine, underscoring his long-running role as one of Kyiv's most vocal champions in the Senate. May he rest where he is resting, enduring what he is enduring. May his memory be a reminder to all who loved him and who now are grieved.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to put it that way, but
yeah, me either.
But since you brought it up, Graham died Saturday night from a brief and sudden illness. His office said in a statement, Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during this incredibly difficult period. Hey, who talking? Expecting Mitch McConnell, but getting Lindsey Graham is...
Listen, look at this. This post said, we was expecting Mitch McConnell, but getting Lindsey Graham is like ordering chocolate chip cookies, but getting a snickerdoodle. But folks is coming up here saying that I'm speaking ill of the man. I'm not. Everyone is. Social media is flooded with captions like this. Since we found out Saturday night, if he was up around that time, that he was dead. When I first heard it, I thought it was a prank. I'm going to be honest with you.
Like ordering a chocolate chip cookie but getting a snickerdoodle. I'm confused but not upset. See, this is why this is a Who Raised Y'all. Because y'all don't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. I seen your jokes. I seen your memes.
Welcome to hell, mother.
Not only is that morally wrong, it's even fat.
You think that's what happened to Lindsey?
I think so. I think it was much worse. You know what I think, and I might do this because I'm listen, y'all. I'm a cartoonist, right? Like,
yes,
I draw
very good. Listen, folks. My man said it's very, very good, great artist. I'm gonna say good. You're a great artist, my man. Don't cheat yourself.
Thank you. But I've been thinking today that I should probably do a skit, and I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. So if y'all ever see it, if I decide to make it, y'all ever see it, y'all heard it here first, right? But I'm thinking that I can have Mitch McConnell and I can have Lindsey Graham running up, and right before he gets to Mitch McConnell, the grounds open up.
And snatch him up.
Swallow him whole.
Let's see.
That's what happened. Like he said. But I'm gonna take it one step further. That's like you ordered, Mitch McConnell was catfish, but then Lindsey Graham is like Red Lobster.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this comment here. Rough to the rescue says Lindsey Graham dying is like an appetizer. The restaurant manager comes to you because the main course taking so long, and it's going to be another 10 minutes. We coming with your food, all right? Just hold on another 10 minutes before we get there. Let me give you something free until we bring you food. I know y'all been here waiting for quite some time now. Morpheus, Morpheus, I think that if the people of South Carolina have anything to say about that, I think we would much rather go with a special election. At least we know we're getting a politician.
Well, yeah,
At
they're
least
gonna do what they got to do. They're gonna do what they got to do because you got to think like this. You know they losing,
yeah,
and they know they finna lose. So they trying to hold on to as much as they can for as long as they can because when it's over, and believe me,
it's over.
January of next year, it's gonna be over.
Yeah, midterms are coming, folks. Midterms are coming, and they can't afford to shift anyone from the House to the Senate. They're whatchamacallit is that razor thin right now. So they can't afford to lose any traction in the House of Representatives by switching someone over from the Senate. That's why I think those who are there, they're not saying, hey, we're just going to slide you over. We're just going to put you in a special election.
Well, you know, Nancy Mace kind of tried to throw her head in the ring yesterday.
That's what Reese Water was talking about. That's that captain she put out talking about. I tried to leave, but they pulled me back in. No, nobody pulled you back in. Go and sit your ass over there with your dog.
Anything, man. They trying to push her into off the side of the cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. They do not want that woman there.
No, Nancy Mace. We don't want you in South Carolina. You're welcome to live here, but we don't want you as representing us anymore. No, thank you.
Actually wrong, because we done seen Mitch McConnell. We done got proof of life from Mitch McConnell.
Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here, folks. If Scott Jennings would have went to the hospital, or anybody would have went to the hospital and taken a picture of Mitch McConnell in a hospital gown, it might have been believable. Wouldn't you say so, Sid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, nobody is buying that. Nobody's buying it because this is the other thing that a lot of people don't look at. You remember when Biden won and the Democrats had the Senate?
Mm-hmm.
You remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but Mitch McConnell walked up to the mic and Chuck Schumer kind of slid in front of him. It's like, "No, you're not the leader no more. I am."
Damn, I do remember that.
Yeah, and this is my thing. If Mitch McConnell was still here, I really truly believe that he would have let everybody know.
Yeah.
He would have said something. He would have
said right. I'll agree with you on that for sure. His pride would have not. His pride would have said, I'm still around. I'm still the man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he is still probably the most powerful person in Congress. Period.
Yeah, he was. And that's just not an ad hominem. He was one of the most powerful senators in Congress. He sure was, based on time and based on the what do you call it, the I guess the bipartisan
that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say the fuckery that he's done over the years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know I can curse like that.
Oh yeah, this is YouTube. We passed the 2-minute mark. Let's go. Come on, Mitch, get on up and finish your dance.
Now, does anybody out here want to actually be respectful? I cannot effing believe this is how I found out Lindsey Graham died. Let's see. Attention all. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. You know what? Let me go to Michael Fanone, an officer. Okay, he's an officer. He was with the Capitol Police.
Yeah. Now, y'all respect the officer, someone that, that might have the ear of some people. Little, I won't say he's important, but he's one of them Capitol Police that, that tried to save the day. So he has a little bit more pull. So you would think he would try to be a little bit more diplomatic. Let's check this out.
That's somebody who understands sacrifice and respect. Lindsey Graham is dead. I will always remember my first and only encounter with him when he looked the grieving mother of a dead police officer in the face and barked that he wasn't going to listen to her blame Trump for January 6th. When I showed him my body cam footage from that day, he turned away and looked at his phone. Rest in... Wow.
If you didn't catch it.
I didn't think it was going there.
Yeah, it did. He did. If you didn't catch it, it says "Rest in piss, you scumbag."
It went there. And he didn't he say that he was going to run for office?
Fanon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he. I did. I'm not sure what state that he said. I think it might have been in New York or wherever he's from. But he was talking about throwing his hat in the ring. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And I think he will win.
Listen.
And you know, New York is full of Democrats, so it's
yeah. With a little bit of if he runs on the January 6th backing, he might have a chance. That's it. He might just have a chance.
I didn't think it was going there. I really did not. You know, y'all making Piers Morgan look right. Seeing the despicably cruel, heartless, and abusive way that many in the UK and US have responded to the deaths of conservative politicians, Ann Widdecombe and Lindsey Graham, reminds me that the least kind people on earth are ironically those in the hashtag #BeKindWoke left.
Why it always got to be the woke left, said?
You know what? I have no idea.
You think us as the woke left, we don't hear the other side, since they're trying to say it's the Democrats and the woke left and people that always talk about the woke. You don't think we hear what other folks say about people that have passed on?
Oh yeah, I know we do.
Right. So this guy, Piers Morgan. Don't think that we heard what Donald Trump said. We don't. You know.
I don't know what to think of Piers Morgan. Like,
I know what to think of him. He's up. He's right after Donald Trump shit out Lindsey Graham. He shut out Piers Morgan. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Because I don't see him calling out Donald Trump for all the nicknames that he gives people. All the Sleepy Joe, who falling asleep?
As of lately, it's been Trump.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's been snoozing through important
meetings.
Through talks. You know, he's been snoozing a lot. Like, you know,
he couldn't stay awake doing his own trial.
But he can be awake at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and 5 a.m. in the morning sitting out.
Okay. Texted. Show enough.
That's true. That is a very good point. Because you remember how y'all's president acted when Robert Mueller died. Robert Mueller just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump. And don't even get me started with Rob Reiner. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie actor and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife Michelle. Reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome.
Well, like my man said, yeah, I guess I got Trump derangement syndrome because I don't give a fuck. I don't like Trump. If that's an illness, I got it. I got it because I'm about tired of Trump. It's like you folks run around talking about y'all tired of woke. I'm tired of Trump. It's like y'all run around talking about I'm tired of black fatigue. I'm tired of Trump.
But you know, a lot of people don't even know what woke really means.
Absolutely, they don't. It's been hijacked.
It's been hijacked. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yes.
It's been hijacked because woke is just awareness of what reality is compared to the narrative that they give you.
Yes, down here in the South, woke meant with the Green Book. When folks down in the South traveled, stay woke means when you go to these sundown towns, stay woke, be alert, be diligent.
Alert. And that applies to everyday life. And it's a lot of people
everyday life. That's what woke meant, folks.
It's a lot of people who just don't look at it that way. But you know what? Guess what? A lot of people is becoming woke now. You can believe
Okay.
that.
All right.
These gas,
What?
but look, when these gas prices hit hard like they say they are, oh yeah, a lot of people gonna be woke. A lot of people gonna wake up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If they're not waking up, they're yawning right now, looking at the clock. Damn, what time is it? 6 a.m. already. I'm woke. What's up there, Biff? Recovering cynic. I think I've seen you in here before. Forgotten 72. Thank y'all for joining in. Let's continue here with Reese Waters and Who Raised You?
Sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace.
That's a hell of a send-off, isn't it? Dog them out, and then at the end of it saying that where they rest in peace. But let me ask you something, Sid. What is America's for you and I, African Americans? That's what they'll call us. But you know me, I'm Black American. But since they want to say,
I'm an
I call
FBA.
it okay, FBA, Foundational Black American. Okay,
Foundational Black American.
All right, so here we go. FBA. Listen, when was the golden era for us? Foundational Black American. When was the golden era in the United States? Remember?
Well, I was born in 1971, so
Was it? I know you were
I
too
don't
young.
remember the golden era ever.
Okay. I'm just trying to think when the golden era was. Anybody can tell me if you're of a certain age, or I mean, don't be in your 20s coming there talking about you remember the golden era. You got to be at least 45 or older to talk about the golden era. Okay, so I want somebody that's 45 and
older
older.
than 45.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's move it up. Somebody that's 50 and older. Tell me when was the golden era? Huh?
I think over 50.
Over 50? When was the golden era?
I'm thinking about 60.
60? If you 60 and older, tell me when was the golden era? Was it in the 1980s when you was a young person? Was it in the 1970s when you was a teenager? Or was it in the 1960s when you was a baby? Or did it happen before your mom and daddy got together? Was that the golden era?
For Black people, there was never a golden era. Ever.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute there, recovering cynic. He says you shouldn't be allowed to vote at 60. Come on now, recovering.
Are you serious?
Yeah, come on now. You don't lose your faculties at 60, man. Now, if you'd have said 75 or 80, but that is as they say, that's a constitutional right to be able to vote, not unless you do something to get it taken away from you. As a matter of fact, I remember my mother voted up until the day that she passed. I remember getting in the car and driving her out to the voting booth, and somebody had literally had to come outside and bring her the little vote machine outside. That's how important voting was to her.
But you got to understand something, music.
Mm.
Your mom came up in an era where they had to fight to even cast a vote. So yes,
Okay.
that's very important for them.
That's right. Absolutely. My mother was a product of the 1960s. She would have been a teenager in the 1960s. Okay. Well, not even a teenager. She would have been a young woman in the 1960s. Okay. Go ahead, Reese.
See what I'm talking about?
Yes.
See exactly what I'm talking about? Even went so far as to brag on himself while he trashes the... Wait, Rob.
Wait.
Piers Morgan said.
I didn't mean to skip over this, but Taco Sniffer says, create your own golden era. This is America, U.S. You said you won't handle that one?
How?
How do you create something?
How did you create a golden era in these days and times?
I'd like to know that, Taco Sniffer. You know I had a joke for that, but I'm not going to do it to you. If you watch, if you watch Life, you know there's a joke in there, right?
Oh yeah, but no.
We can change.
Look, That's the thing. We are being dealt the cards that have been shuffled to us. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, and I'm taking this because you know what, it just popped up from Biff 4721. Unfortunately, it was not so fair for minorities and women, and even so now, it's not. But and I want to sometime later on music we're gonna chat because somebody else I want you to listen to, and they are saying that it's over for them. And this is why they are doing the stuff that they're doing. It's over. They know it. They know it. Now, the one thing I will say is that us as black people, we've always dealt with this. So guess what? It's not affecting us because we used to it.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right on point with that. I think we just decided to sit back this time and say, let's see what white America's going to do to clean up the mess that they didn't put it.
Exactly.
They put up.
And this is their mess to clean up.
Well, let's see. Let me go back here to the Taco Sniffer says, I went from a homeless crack addict to truck driver. I saved over 150 a year so far. That man, listen, you are to be commended there, Taco Sniffer. You pulled yourself up, as they say, by the proverbial bootstraps. But no disrespect to you there, Taco Sniffer. Who made you do the crack?
And can I say something else? Taco Sniffer. Even though I'm sitting on here with music, I drove semi truck for 17 years. So when you out there on the road, unless you got a crack dealer in every state that you go to, I don't know what kind of driving you done, but I've done regional, over the road, and freight, all this stuff. I know ain't nothing you can't tell me about driving a truck. And I ain't drove a truck in over 15 years, and I can still get in the truck and drive a truck. The point I'm making is that yes, you made it. You did what you had to do. You making 150,000. You went from point A to point B, and that's good. But you got to think about it like this: everybody don't have that opportunity.
Absolutely don't.
Everybody don't. Everybody can't just say, "Okay, well, I'm gonna get my CDL and do what I got to do."
Now, I was about to ask the question, but I'm not going to go into it because I've never been a truck driver, but I know several people that have been. But we're going to get off that. Again, that Taco Sniffer, man, a big ups to you. You was down,
exactly,
but you wasn't out. So, hey, kudos to you, my brother. Keep on pushing. Keep on doing what you're doing. Be safe out there on the road.
Exactly.
But let's continue.
As a fellow truck driver, I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Now, there's one other thing that I want to point it out here that my man Morpheus said. Creating a golden era requires lots of people, probably an entire generation in America. That means we can have to get rid of Trump. Golden era. Think about that. The golden era could only exist for one person or a small group of people. No, a golden era means what? What's an era? 10 years? Something like that? Amount of years picked together. So if someone said create the golden era, when? How many people gonna fall under that golden era?
There's never gonna be a golden era as long as you got racism.
That's just what he says. As long as there's Trump in office. So you're absolutely right.
It ain't just Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, this is the thing. When I was growing up, my grandfather was a Muslim. Like low key. Like he didn't do none of the Muslim, but he followed the teachings. But my grandfather used to always tell me, he said, look, their reign is going to come to an end. The Gentile reign is going to come to an end. And when it happens, they're not going to know what to do. And he was right.
Yeah. And I agree, because in my last stream said I was talking about something along those lines of what you're saying. When I think Dr. Claude Anderson said it, doing those remember the Hidden Color series?
Mm-hmm.
He said when they were talking about civilizations, and he said, but this some of the white, no disrespect when I say this, but they have come to the idea that they are, because of their birth rate and because of the changing color of America and the more Muslims and the different folks that are coming in here, they're on the last vestiges of their power. And when they're on the last vestiges of it, when they recognize it, they will do anything to stay in power. And I
And
think
that's
we're
exactly
seeing
what
that
they're
now.
doing. We're seeing that because when you think about it, right? Look at this war. Iran has been kicking our ass
From left to right.
literally. And this is the thing. If Iran really wanted to take the US out, they probably could. Because they got help from China and Russia.
Okay.
But they playing it cool, like Trump bombing, and somebody put a post up saying, and I'm not trying to change the subject, but somebody put a post up saying that they bombing all of the coastal areas of the Strait of Hormuz so that they can come, so that we can go in and put in foot troops, and that's going to be disastrous for us.
Absolutely, it is loss of young lives and plus a whole lot more.
Yeah, and then you got to think about it like this: the bases, Iran has been targeting our bases. Like they ain't look. Trump put destroyers literally on the coast of Iran, and they ain't touched them. But when Iran retaliate, they've been destroying bases, all our bases, all our strategic bases. Help me out, music. You know what this is. You was in the military.
You talk. I know what you're talking about. In every place that we go, like in Japan, there's bases that at one point in time, like Yokosuka, you got Iwakuni, you got Okinawa, you got bases in the Philippines, you got bases in Sigonella, you got bases over in.
But no, these are the bases I'm saying that deals with the reconnaissance.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Right, right.
Reconnaissance.
Yes.
Where they know what's going on in the area, and they've been destroying them.
Yeah. With drones, with drones and everything else. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So yeah, and then we got Patriot missiles that cost like a couple $1 million to make, but Iran is destroying stuff with $20,000 drones. Now, who you think gonna win in that?
Well, if you listen to the reports, they says America slowly but surely, because all these different bombs that they've been dropping, they're depleting their stockpile is being depleted quicker than they can replace it.
Let me tell you something. I seen a video, right? Iran has a tunnel that's over 100 miles long, full of missiles. Iran even said it. Hey, they said we can do this for the next 10 years.
Mm. And they still haven't the war that they said so Iran could not they couldn't have a nuclear weapon. They may not have it, but they
don't need one.
They don't need
one. They got
but
the Strait of Hormuz. They can look. The nuclear weapon is the oil.
And not only that, it's the fiber optics that's under that. You see, folks think when folks think of the Straits of Hormuz, they don't think about what's going under that. All that fiber optic cable and all that other stuff that's under there. It's not so much oil. It's not what's on the surface. It's what's under. What's not being reported on. It's under that. Think about how we get information now. Think about how all information is disseminated quickly throughout the world. One of those major hubs runs under the Straits of Hormuz.
You know why? They have to keep count of all that oil that's going out. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's right.
Totally.
Let's go. That's right. Let's go.
Woke left, didn't he? Hey, he wrong again. He can't even be right in a eulogy. That's a daggone shame. No wonder everybody drag him.
These days, and it's why we have now such a low quality parliament on both sides of the House. I mean, it's really low. And it is because for about 25 years now, the major parties, at any rate, have selected by identity rather than merit. And I've actually seen this up close, firsthand.
And shout out to Ann Whittecomb's family, because I didn't even know she was getting dragged. He brought her in this for no reason whatsoever. I ain't know nothing about that. No. Hey, Piers Morgan. You just got to ask yourself in a moment like this, what would he want? What would he want? Lindsey Graham got on national television and said, we're killing the right kind of people after 168 Iranian schoolgirls were bombed. May my heart continue to stay despicably cruel, heartless, and abusive to those who celebrate the deaths of children.
And that's from Mehdi Hassan, folks. Again, Lindsey Graham was not a good person. This is his own writings. So what they're saying is we should not speak ill of the dead. But if Lindsey Graham was alive today, you do not think that he still has this same sentiment?
Oh, he didn't care.
He did not care.
He did not care. And these are children.
Children.
So
when you folks come in there talking about have sympathy and don't speak ill of the dead, fuck Lindsey Graham. Fuck Lindsey Graham.
That don't sound right. That don't. He didn't say that. You got video?
He recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Why? Because if you got a problem with that, take it up with God. He's the guy that did it, not Trump. So I just want to say, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
Man, he just said that in public like that?
Loud. We're killing all the right people and cutting your taxes. Like killing in taxes, it should be mentioned in the same breath. But y'all trying to say Lindsey Graham was a good man. That we should be mourning him. That we should drop all the nation's flags to half staff.
Has anybody checked on Iran? Where were they while all this was going on? With Russia? Okay, get your tinfoil ready. Graham inspected a drone factory in Ukraine yesterday. Russia blew up that facility today. Then tonight it's announced that Graham is dead from a, quote, sudden illness.
Coincidence?
No.
Coincidence, folks? All the time, don't we, Morpheus? Go ahead, sir.
The Russians have been known for doing incognito killings for decades. So yeah, it's possible, and that's probably why they saying that they are looking into his death, because they probably feel like something happened.
Something might have happened. Something might have happened. They might have gave him a slow acting drug. Listen, folks, it's not unfeasible that Lindsey Graham, coming from a foreign country, something could have happened to him. What's the guy's name? Khashoggi. What happened to him? Didn't he get cut up somewhere? You remember
you talking about when
the Crown Prince cut up somebody.
Crown Prince cut him up because they set him up to come meet with them.
Yes. It sounded to start vaguely familiar. And let's go a little farther. I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something and I completely forgot. Damn it. I forgot what I was going to say just that quick. Damn it. I hate that. The mind is a terrible thing sometimes.
Don't worry about it, man. I go through that too.
No more details. I'd say there's a decent chance that Russia blew up Lindsey Graham. It's always one, isn't it? It's always one. Just out here talking crazy. Did Russia just eliminate warmonger Lindsey Graham in Kiev?
There it is again. There was a show one time called The Americans. Do you remember that, Sid? You remember that TV show called The Americans?
I remember that TV show. I remember it.
If you go back and watch some of those episodes, this shit is going on right now. This is life imitating art. Go back and watch some of those shows from the Russians. That they had the what did I say? What's that? What's it called? That damn it! Just that quick. I don't know why I can't think of it. But go back and look at that old TV show, that series. See what I'm saying? That what we're going through right now was not predicted some 10 years ago, whenever that show was on TV. The Americans.
Called 1984 that predicted all of this back in the 80s. I think late 70s, early 80s. But this is what I've heard. Okay, so I've a few cardiologists reported that, you know, when Lindsey Graham went to Ukraine, right, he had to land in Poland. And then from Poland, he had to take a train from Poland to Ukraine. And then he had to take the same train from Ukraine back to Poland, excuse my language, and fly back to the United States. And they said that pressure from being in the air and on the ground is probably what contributed to his death.
It could have. That's another thing. Maybe again, I'm not sure why the FBI feel the need to look into it, but I'm sure, you know, because if he went over there, and it could have been just natural causes. You know, his arteries could have been clogged up and hardened so long from like Zahara said, ongoing medical issues that he had. So, but again, my question too is as these politicians, as they start getting weak, as they start getting feeble, as they start getting older in age and disease run up on them, why is that not part of what we should know about them? Shouldn't we all know that Lindsey Graham's health wasn't really up to par? Shouldn't we know that those little black dots, blotches that we see that Donald Trump tried to cover up on his neck and on his arms, shouldn't we know what caused those?
But I say this music, okay? Heart disease is not something that a lot of people pay attention to.
True.
And they don't know they have heart disease until they die.
True. I can't argue with that. True. But again,
so he probably had no idea. He probably felt that he was in the best of shape, best of everything. But when you have heart disease, and I have heart disease, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. So I have to watch a lot of things. Like I pay attention to my body. A lot of people don't.
I can't argue with that because, you know, if you know your body better than mine. So again, there's a whole lot of things out there that, we could say it's the heart disease, but you know, again, I didn't put this out there. Did Russia just eliminate a warmonger, Lindsey Graham, in Kiev?
I mean, that's possible too, because Russia has technology, and they've been having it since the 60s, where they could, they can shoot you for something. There's a certain type of gun that they can shoot you with. And I'm not making this up, okay? I've literally heard all of this, even before Lindsey Graham has died. Do you remember it was a situation in London where it was a Russian in London that was living in London?
They poisoned him.
And they poisoned him, but they shot him with something and he didn't even feel it.
Yeah, he recovered from it. You're absolutely right.
He recovered from it.
And he did recover from it. But again, I've also watched a lot of these crime shows, and they called him the Iceman. One of his preferred methods of killing was a substance that was undetectable. He would put it in their drink, or he would even go by and it would be like in a mist, like in a little spray bottle. Spray it.
Right.
And then, the guy, whoever he sprayed it towards, they wouldn't feel any effects of it right away. But within 10 to 15 minutes, or in some cases hours, they're gone.
Yeah, and they go into cardiac arrest because when the autopsy come back, that's what they rule it as.
That's exactly what he said. It makes it seem like they had a heart attack. So I don't know.
They got chemicals that they can put on you that once it do its thing, they would never find it.
Dissipates. That's absolutely right. Dissipates.
They would never find it.
Yep. Let's continue.
Okay, it's two. Russia realizing the entire world has no problem with them killing Lindsey Graham.
That's three. That's 3, Reese.
Yeah, it's growing now.
Yeah,
it's growing now. But hey, at least you can keep it confined to those 2
no,
countries.
No.
And as to this commander-in-chief, he did something people talked about doing. You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered.
Graham, you just wait for Cuba. Their days are numbered.
Now, Lindsey Graham just said in this post that they killed priests and nuns. Maybe Lindsey Graham made it. Well, he can't go back and get a refresher course on history. But I remember y'all killing nuns. All you had to do was say she was a witch.
None of that was true. None of that was true.
No, okay, but that's what they'll say. They'll dream up something and they'll say it, and just because somebody says something like this, that don't necessarily make it true. A lot of these Republicans and Democrats will say things that have no merit at all, and nobody challenges them on it.
And the thing about it is, how can we? Because when you think about it, how many Cubans do you know that can literally tell you what's going on in Cuba?
Personally, I don't know any. I don't know any. I'm sorry. Personally, I don't know. And that's not saying anything. But personally, I don't know any Cubans. I've seen them. I don't know none personally. Not me.
Now this is the thing. You may have walked past a Cuban. You may have heard
and not know it,
and never even knew that they was Cuban.
Right. You just never know until somebody says. Now I know Scarface was Cuban.
And he wasn't even Cuban.
No, he wasn't. Let's continue. Yeah, he did. Kenneth.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, he did look older than 71. It's amazing to me how some of these folks, are in Congress at 60, and I want to even say it's 69, 70. I would say, listen, if you're 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75 years old, your time is to sit down. No, I'm not saying Al Pacino. I know Al Pacino is Italian. I'm just saying the character that he played, Scarface.
Right. He played a Cuban, even though he was Italian.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when they look at Al Pacino, they will say, okay, he was Cuban.
Yeah. I forgot the nationality they played in Serpico, but I don't think he was an Italian in Serpico, was it?
No,
he wasn't.
No.
Cuba has outlived Lindsey Graham.
Damn.
Does anybody have something good to say? You know what I mean? Where's all the positivity at right now? Lindsey Graham wasn't married and had no kids, so who called the police in the middle of the night?
Who called the police in the middle of the night? Who called them? Who picked up the phone and said, hey, I got a medical emergency going on here. Can somebody please come? Because the 911 operator was definitely talking to somebody. She was not talking to Lindsey Graham. So somebody else was in that house. Who was there?
And I'm in these YouTube streets for real. They saying that he had a mistress.
No, he had a twink.
A mistress.
All right.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
But that's probably who called.
Yeah. Well, again, I thought about that taco sniffer. I thought about the life alert, but the life alert, you don't talk to anyone. Am I wrong about that? That's just a button that signifies that someone is down.
Right. That's something that when you fall down.
Right.
Right. When you're falling in and can't get up, then you hit that button.
I hate to say it like that, but hey, he fell and he can't get up. That's what you got there.
I fallen and I can't get up. Hold on, sir. We sending help right now.
Right. We sending help right now. Just stay there till we get there.
Where you gonna go when you fall and you can't get up? Where you going?
I'm sorry. Let's go. Let me get out of that.
Some things I don't think we want to answer to. I think that's best left unsealed in 50 years.
Well, maybe he can get DMX to sing that song to him wherever he's going. Passing by and say, yo, Lindsey, I see you slipping, falling, can't get up.
Hey, he probably singing that to Mitch McConnell too.
Or maybe he going down there with what's that group? Axl Rose with Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle. I got what you need.
Well,
I'm gonna make you bleed.
let me tell you, in the afterlife, anything might be possible.
Anything's
I don't
possible.
know. I ain't been in the afterlife.
I'll
yet.
wait. All right. I'll wait to find.
I don't remember nothing, but
I'll
afterlife
wait.
is a whole
Right.
different
I'll wait to find out what goes on in the afterlife. I ain't no rush to find out.
thing.
Not to be rude or inappropriate, but do you think that his personal life had anything to do with it? Well, a lot of times there, Kenneth, a whole lot of people's personal life don't have anything to do with it. But Lindsey Graham, as a state senator, there's a level of, I guess there's a level of expectation he should have in his privacy. But all bets are off now, sir.
No, ain't no privacy when you're a public figure.
No, there's no, all bets are off, sir.
This is the thing. When you look at it like that, and you look at people who are in an influential stage, like he can pass laws or suggest laws that impact everybody in this country.
So I think in some cases there, Kenneth, I think his personal life would come into play. Maybe not in all aspects of it, but yeah.
I think the only personal life that he got is when he was boinking and swerve fighting with people. But I mean, other than that,
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna get out of that. I'm gonna get
I'm
right.
just being real. I'm just being real.
We're gonna get to it though. I'm gonna get out of it for now. Let's just put it that way. Let me run a little bit more of this Reese Waters here, and then we'll get to our next clip.
All right.
Emergency service were called to Lindsey Grenada's home. Lindsey Graham is unmarried and has no.
Who that he with there?
Somebody sword fighting. Like I just said.
Somebody's gotta win. He's standing there like a blind faggot in a weenie roast.
And dude got on white socks, high heels.
He got on. I'm gonna get out of that.
No children who would be with him at night in his bedroom to call medics. But why would you put that photo there though? What does that photo have to do with?
I don't know, Reese.
With who was there? I don't
know, Reese.
I'm not understanding that. I just
no.
We in a good place right now. Why don't y'all just stay there? Okay. Now that Lindsey Graham is dead, many new clients and victims are speaking out. Actress Jessie James Rose just opened up about being one of them. Despite Lindsey's sexuality being an open secret in D.C. for decades, he ceaselessly harassed and demeaned LGBTQ people while in public.
Now, if you notice, a lot of the clips that I used earlier, they were just random clips that was just there. I didn't know who was going to be on these clips. But if you notice, a lot of people in the LGBT community is speaking out about Lindsey Graham. Whole lot of folks.
Yeah, because guess what? Payola is gone. When he died, the money died too. The money I'm quiet has died.
Hold up, we're gonna get to that. You're moving too fast, Ed. You're moving too fast.
Okay, let me slow down.
We're gonna get to it though. We're moving too fast. But go ahead and put that in your bookmarks.
See, normally when people pass, the family and friends like to speak out. So that's who coming out of the woodwork now. Just woke up to find out Lindsey Graham is dead. LOL. Most of you know him as the homophobic senator from South Carolina, but to me, he will always be the man who paid a Twinkie pre-transition college student. Hey, I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for that. I wasn't checking when he was with us. I'm definitely not checking for it.
And that's what I'm saying. What he does in the privacy of his bedroom is his business.
But did I call it?
Shit.
And I had no idea. I mean, I just heard that he was gay. I had no idea.
Okay, that's not. Listen, they've been talking about it through the annals and the halls of the what you call oops,
Are you
is
saying?
that
Are
the
you saying it
is
right?
that the wrong word? Is that the wrong word to use?
Are you saying that right? It's the same spelling. But are you saying it right?
Said it all through the annals. Matt Gates. No, I'm gonna get out of that. I'm trying not to, but these jokes write themselves. There we go.
Now, go to the right side of the aisle. What the people on the right got to say? Because y'all can't be trusted.
Lindsey Graham is inexcusable and should not be allowed back on television. Period. He is frothing at the mouth.
We're gonna blow the hell out of these people.
This guy is a homicidal maniac with a bloodlust that is insatiable.
Iran is going down and Cuba is next.
What the? Who voted for that? No one voted for that.
We're marching through the world, cleaning out the bad guys.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have no fucking kids and no fucking clue. Those of us who have children, especially the moms I know who have kids who are in the armed forces, don't have the same bloodlust that you have, childless, weird man in his dark corner basement that he wanted to get off again watching bombs blow up.
Damn. I know, Reese. I know. Now, for all you folks that's ever listened to me, you know I cannot stand Megyn Kelly. I dislike her with a passion. And she's on the opposite side of everything I consider to be right and wrong. But in this case, I agree with her 100%. That's coming from that side. Where are the people now? Why aren't y'all over at Megyn Kelly addressing her? She said this long before I did. I just wanted y'all to see that. Said you want to say anything on that before we move on? If you folks want to watch the rest of this clip right here, the link is down in the description. Y'all go ahead and check that out. Make sure you get over and like, share, and subscribe, my man Reese Waters, if you don't mind. We got one more clip. But said you want to hit on anything of this before we leave? This one?
I do. I kind of want to make a reference.
Go right ahead.
All right. So, how many of y'all watch Pulp Fiction?
I've seen this numerous of times.
One of my favorite movies, I swear to God. But that scene where Bruce Willis went in that pawn shop.
Oh, yeah. Ving Rhames.
This is all I'm thinking of is that Lindsey Graham had a gimp. That's all I'm thinking of right now. Somewhere along these lines, I think that dude was his gimp.
Yeah.
You showed
now, for our last, we about to roll into that right now. Our last little clip, folks. Again, so y'all don't think that I'm making something up or somebody's doing some yellow journalism or besmirching Lindsey Graham's name. Let's check out this last clip.
Has died at the age of 71 years old. In a statement posted on X by his office, it says, on the evening of Saturday, July 11th, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away from a brief and sudden illness. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time.
Prayers answered. Thank you, Jesus. Look, I'm just going to preface this video by saying, go ahead and celebrate if you want to. I do not want to hear any crying or gaslight from MAGA because the death of someone who spent his entire career terrorizing so many people is being celebrated. This was a man who used his massive political power to make sure a whole lot of people suffered, not just right here in America, but all across the world. My deepest, sincerest condolences go out to the hundreds and thousands of lives that were negatively affected or completely lost because of what this man chose to do. For decades, Lindsey Graham was instrumental in helping to kill U.S. democracy from the inside out, and his most permanent weapon, transforming the federal courts. When he led the Senate Judiciary Committee, he rammed through the confirmations of conservative Supreme Court justice.
Listen to this. When he did what? He ran through to rush through to get make sure that Trump had his court set. So Lindsey Graham's is doing, but it's gonna get worse from this. What's this Ranzi Rod? Are you celebrating? Are you celebrating? What you celebrating there? What you celebrating? Let us in. Did I get an invite, or did you just join the party that we was already having right here? I hope
I want to invite.
I'll bring the green. I'll bring the green.
I play the music, you know. Like we got a party for real, bro. I even bring the Hennessy, you know what I'm saying, and the hookah. That's a pun. Music know what that is.
Right? Yeah, indeed. They said that someone says here, my life was negatively and permanently affected by listening to this one. Well, I wouldn't suggest that you go listen to this one. This is the first time I heard it. Again, these are random clips that's on the internet that I choose to use. I'd never heard of this person before, never saw him before, but this is what America is saying. If you saw the title, let me go back to it. Let me show you the title again there. See what the title says? See what the title says? What they saying? What America's saying? Let me make sure I move it so you can see it completely. See right there says right there? What America says about it. And so far, the majority of America don't like, or did not like, or did not rock with, whatever word you want to use, Lindsey Graham.
All right, well, what was up with that name?
Which name was that?
The last person that came. What's up with that name, man?
I don't know. I don't know where some of these folks.
What the hell was that?
I don't know where they come from. But you know, these are troll accounts. What they'll do is they'll have.
Yeah, but I mean, you couldn't pick a better name than that.
No.
Like I'm gonna troll you because
right.
That name didn't even sound right, bro.
Right.
Or whoever you are. Like for real, that's some gay.
Right. Well, and why would you come in here with that type of anyway? I'm gonna get out of that. I'm gonna get straight up out of that.
Yeah, we better leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Neil Gorsuch, Amy Coney Barrett, and accused sex offender Brett Kavanaugh. Because one thing about Lindsey Graham is he never met a sexual predator that he didn't love to aggressively defend.
Are you a gang rapist? No. I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be. And I hope that the American people will see through this charade.
Now, let me ask y'all something. When was Matt? What was this? What's this guy's name? What's his name right there? The one that was just on the screen. Not
that was Brett Kavanaugh.
Brett Kavanaugh. When was he confirmed?
He was confirmed in Trump's first term.
Okay, that's 2016, 2017, 2018, around there, right?
Around that area, yeah.
Look at Lindsey Graham. Look how much he's aged in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Look how much he's aged. Y'all see that?
Well, wasn't he 71? And he's 71 now? Well, he was.
But them last couple years was not too kind to him. He went from
was he like in his 60s when this happened?
Had to be. Right. This is probably in his middle 60s.
Yeah, it had to be.
The last 5, 6 years of his life was not kind to him because we saw he just jumping up Christ. There we go.
And I wish you well, and I intend to vote for you.
Oh, and let's not forget about Matt Gaetz, who, according to a House Ethics Committee investigation, concluded that there was substantial evidence that Gaetz violated House rules regarding prostitution, statutory rape, and illicit drug use, noting thousands of dollars in documented payments to women. Oh, but that didn't stop Mr. Ladybug from using his powerful position on the Senate Judiciary Committee to not only strongly defend Gaetz, but also to push for his confirmation as U.S. Attorney General.
He won the election. He deserves a chance to pick his cabinet. I am predisposed to allow him to do that. I think Matt Gaetz is very bright. I think he's qualified.
He said Matt Gaetz. He says, Matt Gaetz is.
Matt Gaetz.
He couldn't keep his mind over. He couldn't keep his mind off his twink. His work.
He couldn't. But you know what? This is the thing with Matt Gaetz, right? And this is what got him in trouble. Matt Gaetz was taking pornographic pictures of these
and
young
showing
girls,
them,
and he was showing them to everybody
showing
that
them.
would be willing to
But
look
listen,
at.
well, look and listen, right? He absolutely did. On the Senate floor, he was showing pictures of young girls. Sure was.
Well, he was in the house.
Well, excuse me, in the house. But
Yeah,
this
he
is
was in
who,
the house.
right? But this is who Lindsey Graham was sticking up for. Sure was.
The PPP, pedophile
Okay.
protection.
We'll have a hearing, and he'll have some tough questions to answer. But to every Republican, please follow a process to give President Trump the ability to pick the people he thinks can do the job and give Matt a chance to prove himself.
As soon as the Supreme Court got a right-wing majority, they destroyed women's bodily autonomy by overturning Roe versus Wade, ending federal protections for safe abortion access, and stripping women of our fundamental right to control our own bodies. Then they handed down that massive ruling giving Trump broad presidential immunity, basically putting executive power above criminal law and essentially dismantling our three-branch checks and balances system. Lindsey Graham was the main co-sponsor of the SAVE Act, a bill that has the potential to disfranchise up to 90 million eligible U.S. voters. That includes 69 million married women who would face obstacles trying to vote just because of standard name change or search.
So y'all still want to root for Lindsey Graham? Y'all still want to resurrect him from the dead? Y'all still want to say he was a good man?
He ain't
Anybody?
coming back.
Anybody?
He ain't
No, he ain't coming back from this. Ain't no coming back from this.
That's the thing. His sister, if they appoint his sister to replace him, she might be all for this. And she's a woman. How are you a woman, but you don't want women to vote?
And she's a woman with children, married. The total opposite of her brother is what she is. Total opposite. Total opposite.
Name discrepancies on documents. He introduced the Birthright Citizenship Act, a legal move to try to strip automatic citizenship from kids born on American soil. He constantly voted to put more ICE agents out on the street to slaughter and kidnap hardworking men and women and even children, no matter if they are immigrants or actual U.S. citizens alike, completely bypassing constitutional due process.
The ICE agents and the Border Patrol and all federal law enforcement involved in this has been slandered and smeared. These people are patriotic. They're away from home. These crowds follow them to their hotel. They intimidate their families. The people pushing this are nuts.
What about to my brown folks out here? Would y'all agree with Lindsey? Or are some of y'all scared to even come out your house? Are some of y'all feeling safe walking down the street now, knowing that it's an unmarked car can roll up on you? No lights, no sirens. And when they jump out, it's masked men. Would y'all feel comfortable with that, my brown brethren? Because this is the man who put that in play. I will vote for Donald Trump. Remember that?
I was just going to say that because, and this is another show that if you decide to do music, please call me up, because you want to think about all these minority groups that voted for Trump and are being deported. I'm not going to name no names, but Lindsey Graham, yeah, he pushed all of that. He
pushed
was
all of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was the one that literally pushed Trump to and he said it, to go to war with Iran. I think if he would have stayed out of it, Trump probably would have thought twice about it.
That's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Here we go.
They're not normal. The man who got shot, investigate. But do not tell me that he didn't have an agenda. Look what happened 10 days before. Maybe excessive force, let's look. But don't play a game
like the people out in the streets that are harassing ICE, that they're not part of the problem. The real problem is not Kristi Noem.
He spent 30 years using his political power to attack the LGBTQIA plus community. He fought to keep gay soldiers in the closet by opposing the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, voted to make it perfectly legal for corporations to fire you just for being queer, and even tried to alter the U.S. Constitution to permanently ban same-sex marriage nationwide.
Let me ask you about the Republican Party platform. The 2012 platform said this: we affirm our support for a constitutional amendment defining marriage as the union of one man and one woman.
What I want to do is protect the religious liberties of those who believe that opposing same-sex marriage is part of their faith. So no, I would not engage in the constitutional amendment process as a party going into 2016, except the court's ruling, fight for the religious liberties of every American.
Which is a fascinatingly aggressive amount of projection from a guy who was rumored, even among his political colleagues.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tesh 90, where you been? Do you literally think that I would spend my day talking about Lindsey Graham if something important hadn't happened to him? Where you been, Tesh? He's dead. Hi ho, the witch is dead. And this is the aftermath of people saying you shouldn't talk ill of the dead. Well, folks are letting him have it. What's up there, Boomerang? What's up there, brother? Somebody said he's what's that? A well-smoker gentleman. I hope he is going great. Yeah, he's going straight to hell in a handbasket. That's where he's going if he ain't there already.
Colleagues to have been part of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Get ready, sir.
Lindsey Graham, the Southern Belle, was a bloodthirsty war glutton who was one of the loudest voices for forceful world domination and endless global warfare.
We're devastating the enemy. I'm not looking for a fair fight. If we get in a fight, I want to win it. I want to win it quick. We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys. We're going to have relationships with new people that will make us prosperous.
Literally asking everyday families to send their sons and daughters to die in the Middle East for Israel and wars that benefit him personally.
I go back to South Carolina, I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
When this regime goes down, we're going to have a new Mideast. We're going to make a ton of money.
All while backing policies tied to massive devastation overseas, whether it was the bombing of nearly 200 innocent little schoolgirls in Iran, or being a strong supporter of Israel and the genocide of Palestinians.
Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to end their existential threat war? Why was it okay for us to do that? I thought it was okay. To Israel, do whatever you have to do to survive as a Jewish state.
Senator, again, military officials say the technology has changed. But let me ask you about how all
these
of this
military
could
officials
impact.
that you're talking about
Let me ask you
are
something.
full of crap.
They say that death.
He was mad.
Very.
He was upset. What's up there, ABT? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy week to you. Good Monday.
Comes in threes. Lindsey Graham has already been confirmed. It is suspected that Mitch McConnell has already passed, but we're just waiting for the official word for that. So,
Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's. Y'all know the movie. Y'all know the movie well.
Somebody else said that, and I was dying laughing when I heard that.
Y'all know the movie. Y'all know the movie quite well.
Prop up your dead friend to keep the party going.
Hey, Angelica, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Look at that. He looked dead even with his eyes open. Oh, stop it.
So who is going to be number 3? Ladybug wasn't married, but he was married to the political game. He had no backbone. He had no integrity. He just did whatever was politically expedient for himself, and he ended his life being nothing more than a boot-licking sycophant who spent his final years actively trying to help a fascist overturn American democracy.
Donald Trump is resetting the world in a way nobody could have dreamed of a year ago. He is the greatest commander-in-chief of all time. Our military is the best of all time. Iran is going down, and Cuba is next.
I doubt that anyone will genuinely miss Lindsey Graham. But
won't nobody miss him. But someone came in here earlier and said that Donald Trump just took over the Straits of Hormuz. Don't believe that, sir.
Yeah, don't believe that.
Don't believe that, sir. Don't believe that.
Trump is desperate because this is the thing. And a lot of people, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. We only have maybe a week or two left of petroleum reserves, and Trump needs the Strait of Hormuz open, because if it don't open up, guess what? You're not going to be able to get gas, and if you can get it, it's going to be very, very expensive.
Those for you that were around, I think, when was the last gas shortage? Was that 2004? When folks had to was going in line. If y'all think that was bad then, wait till a couple more weeks. Wait till by the, I would say, if something is not resolved with this conflict or this war, whatever name they want to attach to it, by the end of August, I would say Thanksgiving, November, and all those other stuff, gas prices will be well over $8, and you'll be waiting in line for it.
Oh, I think it's going to be more than that. I think gas is going to hit $10 a gallon. That's my personal, because this is the thing. Trump has been using our oil reserves, and this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Those oil reserves, when they put them out, they don't just come to us. They put them out for the world. So Trump has been kind of using our oil reserves to keep the price of gas down in hopes that he would get Iran to open up the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, well, that's not working. He did that same thing with all the PPP stuff that was going over to when COVID was out. What happened there? How did that work for him?
A lot of fraud, waste, and abuse.
Okay. How did that work for him?
A lot of it.
I do know one person that might miss him for reasons.
About how's this going? What kind of assets do you have helping these people? Did he ever make that phone call?
Look, there is no question in my mind the President of the United States was concerned about American lives.
Well, let me go ahead and answer this. See, because sometimes when you do streams like this, you're going to run into two-gun Cohan. Two-gun. Looks like I found the gutter of YouTube. How are all my fellow scums doing? Well, I don't know. You need to go find them, because ain't no scum over here. You might want to go and hang out with them bottom of the toilet bowl rust stains. Go hang out with the tidy bowl man or something like that, because ain't no scum over here, brother. Not over here. So take your two guns and take your ass on. Now, don't type nothing else. The only way I won't block you is if you just sit there and be quiet, because if I see you up on my screen again, I'm going to get you. All right? So just sit back and enjoy the scum that you say you came to visit. All right?
But the thing that really surprises me is that clowns like this don't even understand that everything that's going on is going to affect them too.
Yeah.
He's going to be paying high gas prices. He's going to be paying high food prices. He's going to be paying for everything that shoots up because of this. Because everything that Lindsey Graham has pushed for, everything that Trump has done, everything is going to go up.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We all in the same boat. It don't matter what side of the fence you fall on. We are all in the same boat, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Here comes another one. But anyway, said, let's go ahead and finish this out. You're absolutely right there, Angelica. Let me leave these trolls alone. Yeah, because I saw Lord in here before, and he came over here with that same man. Lord, I thought you had enough for me. I thought you had enough for me, Lord.
And
All due respect, I don't believe that's a credible statement.
Oh, with all due respect, the president does not care, for he is a cad and a scoundrel. Why, it's as plain as the alabaster tone of my creamy skin and as simple as my maid kicked in the head by a donkey. For this president lies, like all the other men who woo you, with their lives and leave behind nothing but broken dreams and a torn cotton negligee you ordered special from a Yankee catalog.
Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.
You ain't demure, honey. You're diabolical. You ain't.
All right there, folks. If you want to go and follow her and check her out there, I suggest that you do such that. Again, the link to the description of her channel is down in the description over there. So, again, anyone that I use over here, I will tell you, folks, go like, share, and subscribe. If you don't want to, that's up to you. But I like to cite my sources. I like to give people credit where credit's due. So please go on over there and check them out. And if you don't like it, hey, don't like and subscribe if you don't want to. Just say, hey, Mr. Music sent me over here. But it's that time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to get on up out of here. Said, anything we want to cover before we get up out of here? I know you got to go here because you got a show, that radio show that you need to attend to here in a little bit. So any final last words from you?
Well, all I'm going to say is this. The world is a much better place. And if Mitch McConnell was gone too, the world is a very much better place. Now, if we can get that third person to kind of fall into the grave, then the world would definitely be a better place. But for all you out there that's sitting up here trying to make it seem like we wrong, it's only 30% of y'all. 70% of the people in this country feel the same way.
That's not half, folks. 70%.
70%.
Okay. Why 3%? Why 3% of them figured they show up here today? Well, you thought said we were gonna let them off the hook?
Well, I think a lot of times, and music. I don't know if you remember the conversation that I had with the one guy on your Facebook thing, where these people don't even live here.
Yeah,
don't even live here.
Yeah,
but got a lot to say.
A lot to say. I remember that.
Nothing that goes on with us has anything to do with them.
Absolutely. And again, let me thank a few folks for dropping in. There's so many of you that came through today. Morpheus, appreciate you dropping through. Angelica, thank you so very much. Of course, ABT, it's always a pleasure to see you. My right hand right there, Just As Shar. Who else we got over here?
Hey, Shar.
Fatine, Cap Life. There's so many of you folks. Of course, my man, Logical Assessment. Boomerang, Tesh 90. I can't leave out the name Taco Sniffer. Damn. Your kettle Taco Bell. I don't know about that. Right. For all you folks that came through, again, thank y'all so very much for hanging out there with me for the last couple of hours. Again, we are entitled to our opinions. I've had myself, Dreadhead said. If you don't agree with us, that's your prerogative not to. Sure as folks. I'm gonna put my opinion out there. And if you don't like it, don't click on. You got two choices when you come over here and you hear me talking. Sit down and shut up or leave if you don't like what you're hearing. I don't understand why people decide to sit to some place that they don't like just so they can send a nasty gram. You got nothing better to do with your life. And then to come over and say Lindsey Graham was a good person. No, he wasn't. I live in South Carolina. You can't find that maybe that 30% of folks that said Lindsey Graham was good, you might find them here on MAGA. But I guarantee you, if you walk the streets of South Carolina, any city, any country road in South Carolina, and ask them what their opinion of Lindsey Graham is, they'll say this: I can't stand him. I hate him. Don't like him. He one of them. He in the closet.
And they definitely, that's the part that they don't like the most, is that he was in the closet.
And that's the point. And then again,
I don't even think it's got policies.
Listen, if Lindsey, if you can hear me, I hope not. I don't think you can hear me down there. But if you can, maybe if you'd have came out the closet and left the alphabet community alone, they wouldn't be on you as hard as they are right now. No more NDAs. A whole lot more is going to come out here within the next couple of days, folks. I guarantee you this. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Lindsey. I promise you, the tip of it. But until then, when the next big event comes out about Lindsey Graham, I'll be here to cover it. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, watch your 3, your 6, your 9. Be safe. Be careful. Make sure you check out my man Dreadhead Said a little bit later on. Classic R&B Jams. That's at what time, Sid?
I'll be on at 7 p.m. because I live in Chicago. So I will be on at 7 p.m. Central Time.
7 p.m. Central, and that is 8 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern Time.
All right there, folks. Classic R&B Jams. If you like music of all different facets, shapes, sizes, and colors, come on over. Pop on the link. You can come to our listening lounge, or you could just pop on and do what you do. Walk around the house, clean up. It's a great show. Until then, Sid, I'll see you a little bit later on tonight. Any closing final words from you, sir?
Yeah, actually it is. I hope that all you Lindsey Graham lovers would love Lindsey Graham to the day you die, like he loved Israel.
There's an old song.
He did not care about none of us. It was all about Israel.
That's right. Clap for the wolf man. That's what he is. Keep on clapping.
Sir.
Yeah, keep on clapping there, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, as my own normal say when I say on the radio, say hello to someone. Might change the way they're thinking, might change the way they're living. You never know if you walk past them and don't say hello. And ABT, Shar, and Angelica, I got a stream that I would like to do with you 3 ladies as my guests. I'll drop you the particular stream that I want to talk about, and I would love for you folks to come on up and join me. Somebody bring out the tambourine. You got it. All right then, folks. Y'all have a great day. We out here.
All right, peace.
Look, all you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Well, now you standing up in here, goddamn it, talking about preaching, preacher, preaching, preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep on. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless. God bless the fool, goddammit. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want, look,